sluggish or cold or struggle to maintain a healthy weight even when they believe they're doing everything right. There could be many reasons for this, but one important piece of the puzzle that is often overlooked is your thyroid gland. Now, this small butterfly-shaped gland located at the front of your neck has an enormous responsibility because it produces hormones that help regulate your metabolism, control how your body uses energy, maintain body temperature, support normal heart function and rhythm, influence digestion, and communicate with nearly every cell in your body. But here's what many people don't realize. Your thyroid gland depends on that's right, one essential mineral to help it function properly, and that mineral is selenium. And selenium is needed for specialized enzymes that help convert one form of thyroid hormone, known as T4, into the more active form known as T3, which your cells can use more effectively. You can think of T4 as a hormone your thyroid produces in larger amounts, while T3, the stronger one, more active signal that helps influence how quickly or slowly many processes in your body operate. And if your body does not have enough of the nutrients needed for this conversion, your thyroid hormone system may not work as efficiently as it should. Selenium also serves another important purpose because the thyroid uses iodine and chemical reactions to produce its hormones. And these reactions naturally create oxidative stress. And selenium supports protective enzymes that help defend the thyroid tissue during this process. In other words, selenium does not just help activate hormones, your thyroid hormones, it also helps protect the gland that produces it. Now, this does not mean that taking large amounts of selenium supplements will suddenly speed up your metabolism, increase your energy, or cause unwanted weight to fall off. If your selenium intake is already adequate, getting more of it will not automatically make the thyroid work faster. However, getting enough selenium is still extremely important because your body can't perform these normal thyroid-related functions without it. So the question is, where do you get it naturally? Where can you get selenium? One of the richest food sources is the Brazil nut. In fact, just one Brazil nut may produce and provide a large portion of it, and sometimes even more than what your body even needs. That full amount of selenium for the entire day. However, the amount of selenium inside each nut can vary greatly depending upon the soil where the tree was grown, so you can't assume every Brazil nut contains exactly the same amount. This is also why eating a large handful of Brazil nuts every day is unnecessary and may give your body far more selenium than it needs, 1 to 2 Brazil nuts. Selenium is also found in many other foods, including tuna, sardines, salmon, shrimp, eggs, chicken, turkey, beef, dairy products, and certain whole grains. And that is why selenium supplements should never be taken casually just because someone feels tired or believes their metabolism is slow. For most people, I'm a big believer when it comes to the safest approach is to get it from a balanced diet. Unless a qualified healthcare professional has identified a specific reason for supplementation. It is also important to understand that many symptoms commonly blamed on the thyroid can come from many other causes. Fatigue may be related to poor sleep, stress, anemia, low calorie intake, certain medications, nutrient deficiencies, depression, infection, blood sugar problems, as well as maybe some other medical conditions. And even when a person does have hypothyroidism, selenium is not a replacement for a prescribed thyroid medication or proper medical care. But if you're experiencing persistent fatigue, unexplained weight gain or weight loss, constipation, dry skin, thinning hair, muscle weakness, feeling unusually cold, quite common, swelling in the neck, changes in your heart rate, maybe a lot of palpitations, difficulty concentrating, it's a good idea to speak to your healthcare provider because the thyroid has so much direct relationship with that. And I'm definitely a big believer in blood testing commonly when it comes to thyroid stimulating hormone known as TSH, and sometimes free T4 and other tests depending upon your symptoms and medical history. Your thyroid also depends on much, much more than just selenium alone. It needs adequate iodine to produce thyroid hormone, iron to support certain thyroid enzymes, protein to help transport hormones throughout the body, and overall good nutrition to allow the entire system to work properly. This is why focusing on one single nutrient while ignoring the rest of your diet really makes sense. Your body works as one complete system, and your thyroid is a very important part of that system. The real takeaway is that the selenium is not always the miracle mineral, although it can be. The takeaway is that the tiny nutrient plays a major behind-the-scene role in helping your body activate thyroid hormone and protect the thyroid gland while it performs its job. A balanced diet containing seafood, eggs, poultry, meat, dairy products, whole grains, or occasionally that Brazil nut can usually provide what most people need. So the next time you think about your metabolism, you're gaining weight, you can't figure it out, you're exercising, you think you're getting older, remember that your thyroid helps direct the process, and your thyroid relies on essential nutrients such as selenium to function normally. Give your body enough. Avoid the mistake of believing that more is always better, and never use supplements as a substitute for proper testing or medical care. Sometimes the smallest nutrients, when we talk about selenium, quietly perform some of the most important jobs in our entire body. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it with your loved ones and friends. Leave your comments below. I only wish you good health